Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back. We're doing a best of three Zendikar Rising draft. Well, can take Tazri. It's kind of a cool card. Definitely a party-oriented card, but potentially a 4-mana 4/6, which is also really good. I mean, it's cheap. It can be cheaper than that too, but it's certainly worthy of a first pick. In a 2-color deck, you can activate that ability for 4 mana. Or is it 6 mana? I guess it's 6. It's still really good. Otherwise, there's Kazul's Fury, which is a good spell land. Good way to finish. Spring Mantle Cleric, good for counter decks. Brush Fire Elemental, good landfall beater. Outrider, good for party. Riptide for the kicker deck. Visionary, just any green decks. Spellcraft for party, but let's take Tazri and see what we want to follow it up with. Well, okay, and what class is it? A warrior? In white, we have a celebrant and a healer, and there's also a pack beast. So all good, and a Kitesail cleric. Actually, all just a bunch of solid clerics. I guess celebrant would be the best follow-up to a Tazri because not only does it make it cheaper, but it buys you time, which a card like Tazri wins the game if you can make it to the long game. So maybe Black-White Clerics is where this card is at its best, too. I could see that. All right. Let's take Core Celebrant here. Otherwise, there's, the Pack Beast would also be good with the Tazri. I just think Celebrant's better because it's on color. Royal Chaser for random wizard deck. Jwari Disruption I kind of like for any blue deck. Spellcraft, another party removal spell. Skitter Sneak for rogues. Slow Mage's Familiar for kicker. Seems pretty good. All right, well, Thundering Spark Mage probably wants to be in this deck. Otherwise, there's playable white card here in Outrider, but I think the Spark Mage is quite a bit better. 2/2 that comes in and kills something is nice. Quite a bit cheaper than Silencer as well. Plus, this can deal damage to Planeswalkers, which is nice. Otherwise, yeah, I could take the Outrider. I think that's fine, too. Just to cut white. Especially since Core Celebrant is kind of an important card for the Cleric deck, so I could see the argument to just take the Outrider, even though it's not a Cleric, just because party, maybe. Stay on white, but I'll take a Spark Mage. I'm okay with that. All right. Pick here. Well, we can take the Spoils of Adventure, actually, or we can take the Outrider. There's also a Scorch Rider. So the reason to take the Spoils of Adventure, it kind of, I guess, would abandon the Spark Mage pick, but it's a very strong card. Instant speed, too. Or we're just taking Outrider, like I said, cut white, get a pretty solid card for a party deck. Also still makes Tazri cheaper. It's quite a bit weaker than Spoils of Adventure. All right, let's hedge a little bit. I'll take the Spoils. I just really like that card a lot. All right, so in white, we just have the Dauntless Unity. It's a Malakir Blood Priest for the party deck. I just go 5-color party with Tazri. It's kind of cool. Not the best idea to go 4 or 5-color when one of them's not green to help you fix. Could take the Cleric of Chill Depths. Windrobber's probably quite a bit better. But we kind of look like a deck that wants to buy time, which Windrobber doesn't quite do as well as a Cleric of Chill Depths. But getting a flyer might be better, especially one that... I mean, Windrobber is certainly a better card in a vacuum. I needed to think about that. Here's a bit of a miss, actually. Scion of the Swarm is going to be at its best with Core Celebrant. Otherwise, there's Glacial Grasp, which is fine. This is not the optimal deck for it, but I guess it has some random synergy with Windrobber. And it buys time and draws, but 6th pick Scion, maybe we can still go Clerics with Tazri. We didn't see that many Clerics, though. I'll take the Scion of the Swarm. Still some choices. Probably just take the Tactics here. Makes the most sense, I think, regardless of whatever we're doing, because we want to play Tazri and Core Celebrant, and it's a cheap removal spell. Cleric of Lifespond. That might be the incentive we need to try and move right into a Cleric deck. I mean, 8th pick, that means everyone saw it and didn't take it. I'd say that's a good sign for Clerics. So I guess we take an Outrider now. Still playable. I mean, 3 really strong Clerics now. All exceptionally synergistic with each other. Probably enough incentive at this point to just go hard Cleric. Like I said, 8th pick Cleric of Lifespond. And we got the healer back. All right, let's pull the trigger. Let's not get distracted. Let's just take it and be happy about it. We're still looking good. We're in good shape. We got the 6th pick Sign of the Swarm, 8th pick Cleric of Lifespond, and what was it? 10th pick Expedition Healer. That's pretty good. Take a Smite. Maybe just take the Unity. Not sure it really matters. Could have taken the 6-drop kill spell. Yeah, that might have actually been better in hindsight. Even though I don't really like it that much as a card, it is a rogue, which is good with Tazri. That probably was a more sensible pick. I'll just take a Broken Wings. It doesn't matter what I take there. Last pick. Could play it if I needed it. So here, probably just take the Deadly Alliance, get a removal spell in black. Paragon's a good card. Adept would be fine. Healer on the wheel again would be nice. But easy Deadly Alliance, I think. Wow. Look at the choices here. Might still just need to take Fledgling. Celebrant is exceptionally good. Shepherd is good. Blood Priest would be good. All 3 of those would be fine picks for us. But Fledgling's just one of those cards that just wins the game on its own. Celebrant here is going to have really good synergy with the Scion. I guess because we already have one. I don't know, actually. I could go either way on this. Fledgling doesn't make Tazri cheaper either, which is totally relevant. But Fledgling is just so strong that I think we just take it. We might actually wheel one of these 3 cards too. Blood Priest, Celebrant, or Shepherd. There's a chance. If no one's in those colors, maybe. But yeah, I've had too many experiences winning the game with Fledgling to not take it there. Well, we can take the Scion here. Another chance to get a Celebrant back. But we have enough life gain already between the Cleric of Lifespond and the Celebrant to just take some games over, I think. And even Healer works with it. So we can take another Outrider. It's also a Felidar. I guess Outrider makes more sense. Because you can pump a Lifelinker or something. Like we might get that Healer back. Pumping a Lifelinker is pretty good sometimes. It's more stuff to find with Tazri. It's good on an evasive creature to push through extra damage. It's good with practice tactics. Could do the Blood Price. This is probably one of the few archetypes where it's playable. Actual miss here. We'd probably just take the Disenchant for sideboard. I think Felidar is a good card, but I guess I'd rather have a sideboard card here and look for more playable stuff for us. So Angel Heart Protector would be another Cleric, which would be good, but I think we'll just take the Binding, get some more removal. So I think we're actually doing okay on creatures for now. Protector would be fine too. Also a 6-pick Soaring Thought Thief in there for the rogues. Could take a Kite Sail. There's nothing else here I want, so okay. Take another Outrider. I think 3 is probably enough. So we didn't wheel any of the clerics, unfortunately. Didn't actually even get any picks back that we wanted, which I'm not sure what that means, whether somebody pivoted into it or what. But pack 1 we got tabled Cleric of Lifespond, tabled Expedition Healer. Now we got none of the 3 cards back we wanted. I mean, there's plenty of archetypes that Blood Priest goes into, party or clerics, in any color. All right, got this Celebrant back. That's good. I mean, the deck still looks really good, and I think pack 3 can really make this shine even more. But, all right, Blood Beckoning, great wheel there. Just what we want. I find this archetype tends to flood out, so being able to have some protection against flood is nice. We'll just cut the black card. I'm not going to play it. Take the worst of these 2 cards. Neither of them are really good, to be honest. All right. Last pack. Well, that's playable in here. Otherwise, I take Feed the Swarm. Feed the Swarm makes the most sense. We have life gain to offset the life loss, and that ups our removal to Deadly Alliance, Binding, Tactics, which isn't even that good in here. Playable, but not that good. And the Feed the Swarm. Maybe we get this back. This pack's not super deep, but these aren't highly desirable outside of getting gems. We need probably 4 more creatures if we can. Well, we got hooked up huge here. Attended Healer, one of the better cards you can get for this archetype. It just so happens to be in a pack that has a bunch of insane stuff for us. Pack Beast, Healer, Shelter, Squad Commander, Binding. Like, all of the picks, but it's a clear healer. Unto Inversion's kind of cool. Otherwise, we can take a Subtle Strike, which is good removal. We could take a Protector, because we want 3 more creatures. Protector's not amazing, but it's fine. Another Cleric. Because we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, we need some more Clerics. Otherwise, Onto Inversion, board wipe land. We could possibly wheel the Protector, but I'm going to take it anyway, just because I want some more Clerics. Another Onto Inversion. Wow. Okay, well, I guess I can take it now. Weird pick. So, bit of a miss here. Could take the Allied Assault. Otherwise, I take a Tactician. We do have some Warriors in here. All right. I think we won't need the Allied Assault, probably. All right, we can take the Binding, get another removal. Another Soaring Thought Thief, huh? Guess we can take an Adept. This deck could have really used a... Mind Drain's possibly something we want. Our deck could have used a Seagate Banneret, just because with the Attended Healer, it's a great late game plan. But when all said and done, I'm liking where we're at. I think we were also like a Blight. I think we were like a Blight Priest or a Relic Vial away from being kind of a busted deck. But as is, now we're just like a pretty good deck. Well, we can take Healer or Shelter. I kind of want more Clerics. Shelter is clearly a better card, but the life gain is really good in here, and we have all these Outriders to pump them. We want to stay busy early. That's tough. I want the Shelter too, but I'm going to take the additional Cleric with life gain, synergy. It's got Vigilance too, which is nice. Hmm. Guess none of these cards matter. All right. Also did not wheel the dual land. So, don't really have many spell lands, just the one. So we're at 14. Probably can get away with 17 lands, 16 creatures. So we can cut the Dauntless Unity, I think. Might just cut the Paired Tactician. It does have synergy with Outrider and Tazri. Could cut the Farsight Adept, but kind of like that too. Can cut the Mind Drain, but that's not bad either. We need to cut 2 cards. How good is Practice Tactics in here right now? We have plenty of Clerics. We've got a Wizard and some Warriors, and that's it. The Mind Drain, the Life Gain has some synergy with the Cleric and the Scions. It's kind of cool. We don't need the mill aspect of it that much. How badly do I need the Kite Sail in here? It's nice to just be able to go over top and win, especially if it goes late game. I think that's actually pretty good in here. Maybe I cut the Mind Drain. And if I were to cut Tactician or Adept, which would I prefer? Well, Tactician's going to be better with the Outriders and the Tazri. But Adept drawing cards is pretty good too. Probably go with the 3/3, I think. All right, well, I think this is a deck. Looks okay to me. Where are we at color-wise? Much more white than black, but we do have double black. And we need it on turn 2. So we'll probably just do 1 extra white mana. All in all, I think after pack 1, it was really shaping up to be like a busted Cleric deck. But at the end, it kind of turned into an okay Cleric deck. That I was kind of anxious to be a little more excited about, but still pretty good. We've got a good late game plan, so we'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. All right, round 1, we'll play first. Yeah, it's a keep. Potentially get a turn 4 Tazri here. Healer into Protector looks pretty good. Well, our opponent looks like they're timing out, unfortunately. Hopefully they show up here. Alright, opponent is now here and plays the Plains to start her off. I think we'll just go Fledgling Land here. Not the best use of mana, but gets that I think the earlier the Fledgling gets going, the better we're going to look. It's a lot of Mesa Lynxes. Might have actually attacked there if I were them. So I guess. Oops, not that one. All right. Opponent does nothing and says go, so we'll play a Celebrant. I guess we can attack with Protector first. Interesting choice. Ah, okay. So they're a Boros deck. Boros Landfall, maybe? Boros deck that doesn't care about creature type. Or actual Boros Warrior with Mesa Links. Guess that's another option. So I think we just attack here, play the healer, and pass. We'll actually double block champion. They get our Celebrant, but I think that's okay. We also gain life. They didn't even kill our Celebrant. Oddly. Alright, so we go land. And I think we just jam an Outrider this turn. Well, could wait on it. No, I think we just... Huh. Actually, yeah, that's interesting. Guess we go Outrider. We pump Healer, actually. Here. I don't think their blocks are all that good. I don't know why they're taking so much damage. So we have Disenchant. Could always run that. Tazri's cheaper now, if we want that. But I think we just get in these two. I think I just take the trades. Play a Tazri. So, bit of an odd deck from our opponent. They're like Boros Warriors with Mesa Lynx and Fissure Wizard. This one's fine. The only one that are weird really are the Mesa Lynx, which surprisingly did work for them that game. But we only saw the one target for Disenchant. That's not true. We saw Scavenge Blade and Utility Knife and Nahiri's Binding. So that's probably enough to do Disenchant. Maybe we take out the Kite Sail. Not that I don't want to fly over top, but the need seems a lot less when we're probably the defensive win in the long game deck. So, all right. Could do Smite the Monstrous. We saw at least 2 Expedition Champions, Kabira Outrider. Maybe it's okay. What'd I cut for that? Feed the Swarm's a little bit worse, but still just fine. I don't really want to cut a creature. Yeah, I think we don't need the Smite. I think we have enough removal without it. We'll keep this. This hand's a little bit awkward, but Fledgling is just so strong. And Adept to help us find our black mana if we can't find it. We'll do Fledgling first here. Probably do Adept next turn. Seems fine. Alright. Celebrant's actually pretty good too. Maybe we do the Celebrant first. Keeps their guys at bay. Gains me life. Gains me life for the rest of the game with certain draws. We still could potentially hit our land draw off of Farsight Adept or off of our top deck next turn. I'm going to block here if they attack. Well, they clearly have something, so guess we'll force them to use it. Or they just don't care about their guy dying, I guess. Alright, so best use of mana is the Outrider. So we're going to do that. I think we're winning the race right now, so I can take this. Especially if they're just planning on pumping. So we'll just bash for 3. Play Adept. Gain life, healer, and pass. I'm going to take them. We're easily winning this race right now. So we just go Deadly Alliance, kill that. Guess we can go land. Kill that. All right, we will see for round 2. All right, round 2 we'll play first. Yeah, to keep. I see Fledgling, I keep. Uh-oh. All right, so we'll go land. Outrider. For 4. So, I don't currently have a rogue, which is good. We'll just go second outrider here. Why did they target that one? Oh, so it would live? That makes sense, actually. Never mind. $14 cards left. I don't know why they conceded. Wasn't quite over yet. At least as far as I knew. So, do we have enough answers for Ruin Grab? I guess that's an answer, or a question rather. Hire Constrictor feels out of place, but maybe they just didn't have enough goodies. What can I do against Crab that I don't already have in my deck? Feeding it. Binding it doesn't do anything. Deadly Alliance, so I don't have many answers for it. I mean, technically I can practice tactics it. I just don't think they're gonna... I doubt they're gonna be blocking with it all that often. Nahiri's Binding is not great against rogues either, because they flash out a lot of stuff, but I guess it stops their Skulker, sort of. I probably just want the Kite Sail to fly over top. Tactics is still fine. Binding is less good. I probably still want it, though. I mean, we won that game on the back of a fledgling. It did its job. Do I just want to jam another Kite Sail so I can fly over top? I don't know if it's worth it. Might just stick to the one. Binding is going to be less good against Crab, but I mean, it's good against a lot of other things. Let's run her back. Let's get some more information out of our opponent's deck. I don't think Mind Drain would be bad there. I could see maybe cutting, especially since it slows down the landfall for Ruined Crab. That's true. Could see the argument there. Alright, we can keep this. Looks like our opponent timed out a little bit on their first decision this game, so hopefully they're still with us too. Alright, well, oddly our round 2 opponent timed out, so I guess we'll see you round 3. Alright, you're in round 3. I guess this hand could be dangerous if we don't draw lands, but hopefully we do. Alright, well, now we'll start it off with the Celebrant. It's like they were looking for a land there too, because they did not play a land. Well, that'll do it. That'll get a land. Alright, 4th land is good. I want to optimize my turn, but I don't really want to play an Outrider here. It doesn't do much. So I think the best play is actually just Expedition Healer and stick a Kite Sail on it. That way it flies, and if I rip another land, I can play the Scion. If I don't, I can start attacking over top and gaining some life. Well, that has reach, but Nahiri's Binding is actually pretty good against that. Unfortunately, I cannot cast Nahiri's Binding, but we can do Scion here and start getting that engine going. So I think we will. Even if we rip another white mana, we can do some pretty good stuff. Because we can play Outrider plus have Tactics deal 4 damage, which is good. Especially in case they have like a... Oh, they didn't even... Wow. Alright. Well, we got the second wank. That's good. Let's go... I think we will actually... It's a... Huh. Yeah. I guess we go... Outrider. Up here. And... we'll actually get in here. Well... Oh, they have Might of Marasa mana up. I should have been a little more conscious of that, actually. Because they could have tapped the Zendikar. I mean, it still, I guess, would have been a 2 for 2. But I didn't catch up on that right away. And Scion of the Swarm is going to be able to attack at some point. I mean, the longer I wait, the more damage it's going to be, so might as well wait. Guess we can Adept first. Interesting. Might as well save Ondu Inversion, I suppose. Doesn't really matter what I make indestructible here. I guess I don't really see a reason to not sandbag onto Inversion. We are only 2 lands away from getting to cast it, so it seems fine to me. Kind of tempted to still save Binding. I don't know if that's right or wrong. Let's see. So I could attack with Scion here. See, I get in for 10 over top. I think we still wait. Like, the thing is, if they bounce, if they Cunning Geyser Mage my Scion of the Swarm, I'm not entirely convinced that's great for them anyway. Like, they have 6 mana here. They can play Geyser Mage and bounce our Scion. I don't think it's that great for them. So I can Binding and Ascetic. They do have the Geyser Mage. Like I said, if they use Geyser Mage on Scion of the Swarm, I think that's actually good for us anyway. We just replay it and it's already a 5/5. So it's getting to the point where it'll get lethal eventually. And if they want to use multiple removal spells on it, I'm okay with that too. Sure. So they decide to kill Lifelinker. And they're left with a 2/3, huh? Well. So if I got in for 13, they go to 10. It's probably worth it at this point to just cash it out. Because they're just so close to death that it doesn't really matter. I mean, I can Binding the Ascetic. I'd kind of prefer that to be a surprise. If I Binding the Ascetic, could also Deadly Alliance it. I don't know. Yeah, this is fine too. They're just playing it, huh? Alright. I mean, I can Deadly Alliance something. Might just be better off waiting until they do like a Rabid Bite. since this is pretty easily ours to lose at this point. Yeah, I think I probably just hold up a Deadly Alliance. Alright, so they're gonna draw some cards. I guess this means it's not lethal anymore, so maybe I should have done the Deadly Alliance on the Nectar Pot in hindsight. Alright. So we'll go to game 2. We're playing against green-white with ramp and a bunch of... Well, they've got some early game stuff going on too, actually. Their deck doesn't look bad. They've got the Death Touchers early, Arbor Mage to win in the late game, which is going to be good against us if they have like a huge board. Zendikar's good against our Kite Sail, I guess, but we have plenty of removal. Disenchant does not deal with Skyclave Relic. Does deal with Bubble Snare. And I'm not going to cast it on a Spare Supplies. Deals with Mrs. Zendikar too. Alright. I've seen enough to bring in Disenchant. What did I cut last time? I cut the Kite Sail. Well, Kite Sail was pretty important there, actually. Don't really want to cut a creature. I might, though. Could cut a Tactics. Tactics is actually good. It's just... It's not that good against fatties. It's good against the Tajuru Blightblades, though. That's true. And they didn't show us any pump spells. I could cut the Blood Beckoning. It's a great card in a vacuum, but everything they did was just bounce and buy time, really. Yeah, you know what? I feel like Blood Beckoning is maybe the odd man out, perhaps. Alright. Alright, looks a little bit slow, but I guess we'll keep it. Oh, that's a good draw. I forgot we had that in our deck, because we haven't played it yet. It's like two can play at this Cliffhaven Kite Sail plan, huh? Well, the cool thing about Disenchant against Kite Sail is that you can get a surprise block, which I think is good. I don't know know why their main phase... Oh, maybe to hit a land. Maybe they didn't have the land. Yeah, then it makes sense. Alright. So... choices here. Still probably just go for the best use of mana, which is a Tended Healer. That lets me go Outrider Expedition Healer next turn. These are all indestructible. So my Ondu Inversion actually doesn't deal with it, huh? Let's wait until damage happens. Oh, they're tapped out. Maybe it doesn't matter then. I mean, I guess we can cast Ondu Inversion. They can cash out their spare supplies, though. Kind of want to be a little bit more patient. Well, that's good. They can still cash out spare supplies. So practice tactics is actually a good way to deal with the ascetic. They might not block, to be honest. It's a possibility there. And we're still ahead on board. And you can undo inversion if we have to deal with more beef. Could have left the Outrider back to block the Arbor Mage, I guess. Did they play their land first? Or did I miss that? Guess we play the Scion. Guess I should have attacked with the 1/1 as well. They didn't kick it? That's pretty odd. So, I guess it makes sense because now they can equip, but we can just, I guess, disenchant the kite sail. Guess I'll take it. Alright. Guess if they have another Might of Marasa, we die. What an odd game. We've literally been sitting on an Ondu inversion since turn 1. Can't even comprehend what turn we're on now. Probably about 1 million. Guess the attack makes sense. Let's see. Should I have just been playing lands? Would I have been able to do Ondu inversion? I still would not have had enough mana. So maybe it doesn't matter. Somehow don't have the mana to do Tazri ability. Can't I use it? I don't get it. Maybe I should have, oops. I thought I got 3 for some reason. What did I reveal there? That might be the most ridiculous game of Magic I've played in this entire format to date. That was just such an odd game. I love how it's like all of a sudden dark on my background's just brightly showing. I have no idea how that happened all of a sudden, but you guys just witnessed it magically get dark enough for out of nowhere. Weird. All right. Well, ended up going 3-0. Very bizarre draft. All 3 matches. Very, very bizarre. But I hope you enjoyed it. We will see you for the next one.